All right, you guys, what is up? Welcome back to our weekly live feeds. As you are logging on, if you'd like to come work with me, we have several options to do that now. If you're on Instagram, you want to go over to YouTube. So if you're logging on in Instagram, go click the link in my bio and go to our YouTube channel, because on YouTube, you'll be able to see the screen shares. And so that means we get pictures and all that kind of fun stuff over there, but you don't get that here on YouTube or on Instagram. So Instagram people, go to YouTube. For those of you here on YouTube with me, yeah, say hi. Check in. We got Chicago in the house already. Check in, say hi. I love hearing where you guys are from. It's fantastic. And as you're getting on here, QR code up here in the corner is for boldlyconquer.com, which is our free newsletter. So if you'd like to be on our newsletter list, go right here, click in and put your email address in there, and you're good to go. And you'll be in the know for everything. It's preview night tonight. We got Canada in the house, Alabama, DMV. I love it. Yes. So when you guys get logged on here, those of you that are new, I always give it about 3 minutes or so, because then the notifications go out. Everybody knows that we're here and that we're live. And then we get started on our topic for the evening, which tonight it is a preview night for Grl Power this coming weekend. We got Tennessee, Wisconsin, Florida. Brittany will be at the Clash. That's good. We need people in person. That's fantastic. We got Richmond. All over the place. Love it. California, Orlando. Hey, we got to do this every night. I like knowing where you guys are from. It's cool. It's fun. Also, let me go over here real quick while we're waiting for everybody to get logged on. There is our YouTube sponsor right here, Liquid Sun Rayz. Click on that QR code, scan that QR code, and get over there and get your tan booked, get your skin prep, get all the things you need for your competition tanning purposes. As I always tell you guys, I've used nothing but Liquid Sun Rayz for the last 15 years, so it's a pretty good track record. Even when I did my last 2 shows where Liquid Sun Rayz was not there, I still DIY'd. So maybe sometime I'll have to do an actual video and show you how I sprayed myself, because I actually spray tanned myself with Liquid Sun Rayz. So with a spray gun and everything. And it was actually my tan in Japan was actually one of the best tans I've ever had, period. Yulia from Romania. So we're going to be talking about Yulia tonight, because she's getting into Grl Power. She's getting into Grl Power this weekend. All righty. So we are 3 minutes in. So that means we're going to get rolling. So again, for those of you on Instagram, head on over to YouTube. I'm going to hide these QR codes for now, but also you can grab those links in the description box here on the channel too. So they're always there. My discount code for Liquid Sun Rayz is in there as well. It's Cuties15. Use that. You're good to go. All right. So it's time to start previewing this weekend shows. Yeah, I'll have to do a DIY spray tan, because I know other companies have like the actual like by hand, but I did Liquid Sun Rayz DIY spray tan, like with an actual spray gun. I took the gun with me to Japan. So yeah, I've gotten pretty good at that. You gotta get it. It sprays upside down. Let me just tell you, that's how I was able to get all the areas, because it sprays upside down. And it was it was an airbrush gun that I got off of Amazon for like $100. So yeah. Anyway, I'm Ryan, Dorothy, and Toto, Kansas. I know that one. I love it. So we have there's a Bikini Pro Show, but it's Masters. That's the Emerald Cup going on as well. It's all Masters divisions, Emerald Cup. So we're not going to preview that one, but I just wanted to give them a shout out, because we do have a few Masters ladies over there killing it. The Masters Bikini ladies are killing it. They're killing it. They are. There's other pro shows going on as well, but the only one with Bikini open is Grl Power. So what's up, Shanika? We got 2 of our ladies on live that are going to be previewed tonight, because they're going into Grl Power, Shanika and Yulia. Look at that. Amazing. You guys know we're going to talk about you. So let's pull up the pro list to start. So the first thing is that these pro lists are getting ridiculous, and they're not slowing down at all. So it's crazy to me. like how big these shows are getting. Let me pull that up. I just pulled it up on screen share and I can't see it. There we go. All right, perfect. So, I mean, I didn't even count. Last year, they used to put the numbers for the competitors on the side, so we knew how many competitors were in each class, but I don't know how many there are. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 competitors this year, or in this show. Crazy. From Georgia, a little behind. Thank you. Appreciate it. I actually have like actual eye makeup on today because I shot some videos earlier. I don't typically do eye makeup, so I have eye makeup on. That's why I look better today. But yeah, there's 32 girls in this show. Guys, these pro shows are ridiculously big, right? Ridiculously big. And going into it, there's a couple of big names, but there's not your typical like top 5 Olympians all going to be in it kind of thing. So this really gives an opportunity for people to come out and get noticed. Like we talked about with Wasatch, this really gave Emmy a chance to get noticed because nobody knew who she was. She'd been off stage for 2 years. She hadn't really placed anywhere. And all of a sudden now she was in the top 3. So next to, top Olympians. So it gives newer competitors or unknown competitors the opportunity to get up there and get seen, right? Which is really cool. So you might see somebody just pop out of nowhere and all of a sudden now they're on the radar, right? So, looking at the list here, we're going to pull out the people that have already placed in the top 5 this year, talk about them each a little bit. But beyond that, like I said, that does not mean that they are our front runners because, like I said, last week is a great example of Emmy just coming out of nowhere. Nobody saw her coming, and now she was top 3, you know what I mean, behind 2 Olympians. So, again, I'm going to pull out some names that I initially pulled off of the list. If I miss somebody, let me know. I'll plug them in just like I did last week. But let's go through our top people first here that we should be paying attention to. Oh, let me fix this. Hold on a second. Hold on. I want to pull up her yet. There we go. Okay. First one out of the gate is Maya. So Maya has already competed a few times this year. I do think that her package at Wasatch was probably her best so far. Going back and forth thinking about the purple versus the red, I think I do like the purple better. I don't think that it's like I would be mad at her going back to the red. You know what I mean? I do like the purple. So I think overall this look was really good on her. We just talked about her on Tuesday as far as what we were talking about with her improvements, where she needs to make improvements, what I thought she did well, all that kind of stuff. And here we go. We got Emmy on here right now. We were just talking about her. And Emmy, I appreciate you reaching out to me too after Tuesday's live. I always love that too. I get a lot of the girls when I talk about them come and actually, shoot me a DM or something like that. I love that. So fantastic. Happy that you're here. Maybe this will help see some critiques and things like that too. So I'm always a student of the sport myself. I actually just reached out to Jamie today because I'm going to be going to Pittsburgh in New York this coming month. And I asked her if I could sit in on all of her check-ins because I want to be able to watch that kind of stuff. I always learn something no matter where I am or what I'm watching, that kind of thing. I love to look at other people's perspectives and just see it from a different set of eyes because sometimes I miss things too. I'm not always right. I'm right a lot of the time, but I'm not always right. So I always want to learn. There are always things I can be learning. So going back to Maya. So some things that I'd like to see Maya do, we talked about this on our wrap up. It's just a few little posing tweaks. I do believe that she can still grow her upper outer glute. I think she needs just a little bit more density in the glute, that kind of thing. But I think a few posing tweaks to her front, her back pose would really be helpful for her. I mentioned on our wrap up, if she could just take this hip and kind of push it back a little bit so that she's got a little bit more glute pop in that front pose. I think that would be really, really good. Let me find a back pose for her. Yes, I can't wait to meet you too, Emmy. Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love. Why isn't this moving? Like, is NPC News not working for me right now? I'm like, of course I'm on live. NPC News doesn't work. It's not refreshing to the next page. So, well, if it goes to the next page, I'll pull up her back pose, but it's not going to the next page right now. So what I was going to say about her back pose is I just like to see her upper back open a little bit more. I actually like her lower half of her pose. If she can open up her upper back a little bit, I think it would actually be helpful to show some more delts on the top, that kind of thing. Again, NPC News is just sitting here and spinning, so it's not going to go to the next page for me. Oh well. You can look up Maya though. You got her name right here. You got her on the pro list. Go look up her pictures from Wasatch. Take a look at her back pose. I think it's pretty good, but I think if she opened up her upper back a little bit, that would be helpful. So I do expect to see her do well at this show too. Thank you. Appreciate, the comment on my, oh, there we go. Oh, it just went, we got it. There's her back pose. Perfect. Wonderful. So see, I'd like to see her open up this back just a touch. I think that would help balance her. She's pinched a little. So if we could just open this up just a little bit, I think she'd look a little wider up here. That would make her waistline look a little bit smaller. And I think that would complete her whole look from the back. So it's funny that you mentioned the hair thing, because I was just complaining about, I'm not really complaining, but I was complaining about this today because my hair has grown a lot in the last year. I was looking at progress photos from last year versus this year. It's grown a good, 5 inches. It's crazy. It's like, because I'm getting so much nutrient dense food because I eat so much and things like that. I think it's really helping with my hair growth. But here's the problem with the hair growth, you guys. I'm naturally a blonde. Okay. I'm naturally a blonde. So with my hair growing so much, so fast, I get roots really, really fast. And because it's blonde hair, it looks like I have no hair up here. So I'm always powdering it in and stuff, because literally I have to touch my roots up every 3 weeks because I've got another 1/4 inch of growth. It's crazy. So anyway, that was my complaint today. It's not really a complaint because I can't complain about my hair growing a lot. That's something I shouldn't be complaining about, but I appreciate it. It's something it's so funny because when I was naturally blonde, I could never get my hair to be this long. It would break off. So yeah, anyway. That was a little tangent, but I appreciate the compliment on the hair. I appreciate that. So anyway, let's go back to Maya. So, like we talked about with our wrap up a couple days ago, she just needs a little bit more glued up on the top here, and just kind of pop that out a little bit more and she'll be good to go. So I think that she's going to end up in the top call out here at this show. It's just a matter of where she ends up, but definitely be watching her. Next person I have up is Miss Yulia Baba. So Yulia, she's one of our girls. She's one of our Pro Performer Promise winners, which means for those of you, again, that are new here, if you win your pro card while you're wearing one of my suits, then you automatically qualify to be sponsored for life from me. And of course, I'm sitting here trying to pull her photo up, and NPC News is just going really slow. So if it comes up, I'll pull it up for you guys so you can take a look at it. If not, we'll just take a look at the actual page here. And again, you can look her up on NPC News Online right here, Yulia Marie Baba. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting NPC News to be so slow tonight. That said, she came in a little bit softer than her usual for Clash, but really where the issue was more than anything else is she had gotten a sunburn and her tan and her skin was peeling off of her. So exactly. I feel gray when my hair comes in because my hair is naturally ash blonde, so it looks gray. So anyway, it's not a pretty look. I've tried to do my natural color before and it is mousy. It's not good. I was platinum blonde when I was a baby, but obviously that changes as you get older. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, let's go back to Yulia. So she looked phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. She placed in the top 4 here at this show. She just needed to be a little bit tighter, but really, again, I think where the issue was the skin. So just as a PSA for you guys, be careful of Florida sun. She got sunburned about 2 weeks prior to the show, and then putting the tan on her skin made the skin actually peel off when she got her tan on. So I think that blurred some of the lines. Jordan was actually at the show sending me pictures and videos, and I thought she looked great, but I could see that her hamstrings weren't in like they were the day before. And really, I think what it was actually the tan just being the skin actually blurring her lines. So that stuff can absolutely make a difference. She's all healed and all better. And I will tell you this too. I've been seeing her progress videos and photos every morning, and she looks phenomenal. So I do have her in my top couple of spots. We'll see how it actually shakes out, but I do think she's probably going to end up in the top 3. That's my 2 cents on this particular subject, because I think she's better than she was last year. And I think that her conditioning is on point for this particular show. So be paying attention to her for sure. She is absolutely one to be paying attention to and watching at any show she goes into at this point. Let's see how quickly NPC News is going to work for me when we get to the next girl here. So we got Alyssa. Yeah, her skin was falling apart. Yulia your husband was also saying that it was still happening weeks after. So leaving a trail throughout the house. So Alyssa, she did compete in Wasatch this past weekend, and she ended up in 10th place, which is great out of 36 athletes or something it was at Wasatch. Let's see if we can get a picture to pop up. We did not review her in the wrap up because she was outside the top 6. We did the top 6 on Tuesday, so I can get her picture to come up. We'll look at it a little bit more. But what I said going into the last show with her is she's very upper body dominant. She's very shoulder dominant. She's got to grow her glutes. Her conditioning is good. So because her conditioning is good, she's always going to get a decent look. But like I said, with her being unbalanced like that, that's really going to take away when she gets next to some of these girls with fuller glutes and that bottom half being in shape, and bigger in general. So we got the front pose to pop up so we can get that to go. Here we go. DNA is everywhere. I love it, Yulia. So I actually think that now that I'm looking at her photos here, I think her lower body actually looks better here than it did in San Diego. San Diego is where she placed top 5. I think she was 4th in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. So I actually do think that her frame looks a little bit better in this shot than it did in San Diego. But you guys can see clearly, just looking at her shape right there, that she's upper body dominant. She's got more shoulders and more width up top than she does on the bottom. Again, I'm just sitting here waiting for NPC News, their site to move forward, and it's not. So I'm just going to let it sit for a second. You gotta love it. It's like when I go on live, it's like, of course, that's one that wants to not work for me. So that's fantastic. But anyway, you get the hint. Again, you can look her up on NPC News and look up her photos and everything as well. I think her conditioning is great here. I think that she's in shape, all those kinds of things. I think what's going to hinder her when she gets into these bigger lineups like it did here at Wasatch is just her overall shape. She just needs more glutes. Now her shoulders are really popping in this particular picture as well. I don't know if she pumped them to make them look like that, but I probably wouldn't do that going into Grl Power, because again, it just makes her look so much more upper body dominant when you do that kind of thing. So we did get the site to actually roll to the next page. It's just taking forever. So I'm going to try and see if I get a back shot of her to pop up so I can show you guys that too. But while we're sitting here, we can talk about her a little bit more. I do like the red color on her, but I'm thinking that probably under the lights, it might not have been the best color. I don't know. Somebody who's there maybe can tell me a little bit better. I feel like her top is really small as well. See, again, here's the issue when you're upper body dominant like that, you got to be careful with your suit cuts, because it can actually make you look even more upper body dominant, whether you go bigger or smaller on your tops. You got to have a really good second eye looking at you with these particular shots. I'm not a huge fan of her top. I don't think it's flattering on her. I do think, like I said, I think the cut, it's just the cut. I think the color's okay. I would have liked to see it in person with video and stuff like that to know for sure. Back cut on here, I'm good with. I think her back cut is good. Again, you can just clearly see she needs more glutes. She just needs more glutes. You can see in the back pose, she actually tried to squeeze off her width a little bit in her upper body. That's a good thing. She needs to do that in her front pose too. Conditioning is there. So she's going to get looked at. She's going to get up in those higher call outs in these big shows because her conditioning's on point. But in the shape department, she's just really got to grow some glutes. And if she could do that, she would be really good, because she's got a fantastic shape. She's got that tiny waistline from the back. So if she could get herself some more glutes, upper, outer, just projection out, this would be a really, really strong back shot. So we'll see what happens this coming weekend. But, you know, one to be watching because she did place top 5 in San Diego. So pay attention to how she looks on stage this coming weekend. Let's go to our next one. We've got Kimberly Bonilla. Again, she also competed at Wasatch. Let's see where her placing was. She was 9th. She was 9th at Wasatch. So again, you know, this kind of mimicked what happened in San Diego, because I believe Kimber was 3rd in San Diego, and then Alyssa was 4th. So here we have Kimber in 9th and Alyssa in 10th. So pretty much spot on with those placings again. Kimber has did Charlotte, and I haven't looked at her photos here. Again, I'm waiting for it to load. I haven't looked at her photos here in Wasatch, but I would guess it's probably the same situation that we saw from Charlotte, where she just needs a little bit more size up top. She was tighter on the bottom half in Charlotte than she was in San Diego, from what I saw anyway. Again, I wasn't there in person in San Diego, so I'm going based on pictures. So I could be wrong on that, but it looked like she was a little bit tighter in Charlotte versus, well, now NPC News is not working at all. Fantastic. Yep, they're having some issues back there. So we're just going to X out of that, see if I can get it. Yeah, see, I can't even get her pictures to come back up. All right, well, unfortunately, we can't look at Kimber's pictures because NPC News Online is screwing me over tonight. Good thing I pulled them all up before this. At least we got the front poses going on, so we're good. But it looked like with Kimber, she did the green suit, which in Charlotte, she did the red in the morning and she did the green at night. So I think somebody mentioned she changed her suit again here at Wasatch. So I think she did green in the morning and red at night. I don't know. She just has the pictures of the green up, but I know in Charlotte she did change them. Anybody that was there that wants to comment in anything on Kimber, feel free. Unfortunately, like I said, I got nothing. I got nothing here with NPC News Online for me right now. But I would say probably the same critiques as what I saw in Charlotte, where she just needs to get a little bit more upper body going on. But again, she did place 3rd in San Diego, so she's definitely one to be watching at this next show coming up. Next, we have Maria Eve. So again, I'm not going to click through her photos because if I do that, we're going to lose her completely. So we're just going to leave her right here. When NPC News Online is working again, you can look up her photos. Marie Eve, I have no idea how to pronounce that last name, but she is a previous Olympian. She placed in the top 4 at the UK Arnold. She did top 3 here at Clash just a few weeks ago. I'm sorry, top 2. Was she second? Yes, she was second. She was second to Allie, who won it. I felt like her package in the UK was better than what we saw here at the Clash. I know from looking at Tyler's feedback from her at the UK, they said that she was a little glute dominant. So to me, what it looked like they tried to do at the Clash is they tried to deflate her a little bit. And in that process, I felt like she lost some of the pop that she had initially. So I don't think this was a bad look for her, but I think that UK Arnold was better. So I'm curious to see what they've done in the last few weeks in order to improve her look, but obviously she's one to be paying attention to. She was a previous Olympian, and she did place 2nd here, so she became very close to actually getting that Olympia qualification. So I'm curious to see how she looks this coming week, having a few weeks off to tweak some things. I think that probably the travel from the UK Arnold to this was a lot on her. With a few weeks off, you can do a lot of things as far as tweaking little things. So she's definitely one to be paying attention to here as well. Now I pulled up Miss Shanika here because she's on our live right now, and she's also one of our Pro Performer Promise winners. So again, she won her IFBB Pro card while wearing one of my suits. So she is now sponsored for the remainder of her career. So this is another one of our suits right here. Now, again, I would click through and pull up her photos, but I don't want to lose her. Actually, it looks like maybe let's see. Did Kimber come back up? I think we have Kimber back. Hold on. Maybe we can get Kimber back up. Let me see. I can search for a competitor. Let's see. Is it gonna work? Maybe not. spoke too soon. I'll let this kind of spin a little bit, see if it goes through. If it does, then we'll click on some more photos for you guys. But this was Shanika's first show of the season. Came off of 2 shows last year with top 10 placings. So hoping to move up in the ranks here. So do pay attention to Shanika this weekend and give her a big shout out, lots of love, because again, she's one of our sponsored athletes and we always want to support our girls. So make sure that you're screaming loud for her if you're there. Again, I can't click on photos, but you see her name right here. Go ahead and search for her when NPC News Online decides to cooperate. Cool. All right. So let's go on to our next one, which is Ashley Kaltwasser. And again, we all know Ashley. Actually, it's a good thing we've got an ad right over here for Ashley. Japan was her last show. I can't see anything and I can't click on anything because it's just going to sit there. So, yeah, we all know Ashley Kaltwasser though. And here's the thing with Ashley. So, she has been off stage for a long time. Take that back. She did the Arnold. I take that back. This is the last show that we have on NPC News Online because we didn't have photos on the from the Arnold. No, she didn't. No. I take that back. She didn't do Arnold. Somebody help me out. What did she do this year? Has she done anything this year? She didn't do the Arnold because of her eye surgery. Am I forgetting something? Was Japan really her last show? I'm actually asking this question. Yeah, this is her first show. That's what I thought. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait a second. No, she didn't do the Arnold because she had the surgery. Yeah. So, okay, never mind. I take that back. This is her last show was Japan. She did win this show. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't pull these photos up. But that's a long off season for her. That's a long off season for her. So, I'm curious. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen for a second while we talk about her because we can't get the pictures to come up. So I'm curious to see what she looks like right now because this is a long time for her to be off stage. It's a long time. I know she had to go get her eye surgery done and that's why she didn't even apply for the Arnold. So this will be her first show out. Obviously she would be her front runner. Placing top in the Olympia and actually winning the Olympia several years ago, that kind of thing. Her last show was Japan and she did win. So, she's clearly somebody to be watching. But here's the thing, pulling up the photos from Japan don't really do us anything because that was November. That was my last show. And I'm just starting prep now. That's crazy. That's a long time for Ashley to not be on stage. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. I'm like, is that really the last time she competed? It's really the last time she competed. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what she looks like. I'm curious to see if she looks any different, or if she just kind of, did the same thing and just is going to come in how she always does, or maybe she looks better. Who knows? I have seen a few things pop up on Instagram, but I never like to go off of Instagram because we just don't know. Instagram is never really reliable. You know what I mean? So you can adjust things and filter things and all of that sort of stuff. So I never like to look at Instagram previews and say, oh, this girl looks good because it could totally be lighting or posing or whatever. So, and I know some people do stuff on Instagram just to fake people out, like make themselves look better or make themselves look worse just to fake people out, just so that it's a surprise when they get there. So obviously she's somebody to be paying attention to. Obviously she's somebody to be watching going into the show. And I'm curious to see what she looks like because, again, it's been a while since she's been on stage. This is a long time. We're used to seeing her all the time. We're used to seeing her every month. You know what I mean? So definitely be watching her. Now, I did pull up Angela Russelli as well because, again, Angela is one of our sponsored athletes. So she won her sponsorship by coming to Cuties Conquer the Stage this past year. She did just win the 15 over Charlotte Cup, and I did her hair and makeup for this show as well as her suit and posing too. So I'm curious to see how she does at this show. I think it's a 40 and over show for the Masters. She's still placed in the top 5, I think, for Masters. Yeah, she was 4th in Masters for top 40 or over 40. So be paying attention to Angela as well for sure. She's 52 years old and looks friggin' phenomenal. So good luck to her as well. And then last name I pulled up was Allison Testu. Now we just talked about Allison on Tuesday as well. Talked about a lot of little things that she'd be fixing. Her posing specifically, her posing. Again, posing. If she makes some posing tweaks, I think she could exponentially improve her look. And then just little things too, like, polish things. Like her hair was a little bit wonky in the back. Was not a fan of this suit top, not a fan of a lot of the movements that she made, and just little presentation details, right? So if she can fix a lot of those things, one of the things with her is I actually think her back pose is better than what she presents. She bends over in her back pose. So if she could stand up in her back pose, I think that would make a big difference for her. Lots of little things. So she's definitely not one to count out. She did just place 4th here at Wasatch. So be paying attention to her as well. So those are the ones that I pulled up. Did I miss any names? Now, I can't pull up new names tonight because obviously we're having a hard time with NPC News website right now. But did I miss anybody on the pro list that I did not pull up? Let me pull up the pro list again for you guys. Is there anybody on that list that's placed top 5 that I missed? Here's our list again. Did I miss anybody? And as I'm waiting for responses on this, clearly Ashley would be your front runner going into this show. But we have other ladies in the show who have qualified for the Olympia last year, right? So we've got Marie Eve, we've got Yulia in here. Although Allison didn't go last year, she went the year before. Who else am I missing? Is that everybody with the Olympic qualifications? Maya was qualified. Not last year, but the year before. So we have a lot of women in this lineup that could easily give Ashley a run for her money. Especially, again, Ashley hasn't been on stage in a while. Maybe she's got to kick the dust off, If I'm remembering correctly, I think it was a couple years ago, 3 years ago or so, she came out for a class show, and it was like the first show she'd done of the year. She was really wobbly. And that show was the one that Lauren Dannemiller won. So anything's possible, right? Like I said, obviously Ashley's the front runner going in, but stranger things have happened. Did I miss anybody on the list, you guys? Yes, no? If I didn't miss anybody, then who do you have? What does your top 5 look like? I think we're going to see Ashley, Marie, Yulia. Who else? I mean, based on last week, probably Allison and maybe Maya all battling up in that top. I'm trying to think if I missed anybody. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I think that's going to be your top 5. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting show. And again, somebody could come out and just surprise us, just like what happened last week with Emmy. You know what I mean? So no, don't count anybody out at this point. Don't count anybody out. Do we know, do they have a live stream? I'm assuming the Clash Series ones usually do have a live stream. Let me see. See if I can get the Clash site to work. Yeah, this is working, no problem. Let's see here. Girl Power. Yeah, I'm looking on the website right now. I don't see anything about a live stream. We've got the ticket prices up, but they don't have anything about a live stream on here. Event tickets. Yep. So I'm guessing no live stream. So hopefully somebody will go live on Instagram or something like that while they're there. If you guys see anything, shoot it over to me. I have clients all morning. What time is the prejudging? So prejudging starts at 9 a.m. with NPC, and then the pros are right after. So I'm guessing pros will probably get on stage around 11-ish, probably. It's an all-female show, so there's no male divisions. So I imagine that NPC will go pretty quickly. I'm guessing pros will be on probably around 11-ish. They have a live stream. I don't see it anywhere on the website. Do you have the link for it, Yulia? I don't see. Oh, wait. Yep, they do. You're right. Found it. Okay, so here it is. Let me show this to you. You're right. I clicked on the banner and it didn't show it, but this does. Here it is. So they do have a live stream right here. Yep. So just to get to this, just so you guys know how to get to it, if you go to npcgrlpower.com / well, this is on schedule right now, but if you just go to npcgrlpower.com and up here, you've got the live stream link right here. So it's there. I clicked on the initial banner, and that's what I clicked on, this banner from the front homepage. I didn't see this up here. So live streams right here. So they do right here. And it looks like it's $29 for the whole event, I'm guessing, for prejudging and finals, which is nice. I'm not a huge fan of when they do separate live streams for finals and prejudging, right? So I'm pretty sure this is for the full show. So there you go. So if you want to go and get the live stream, it's npcgrlpower.com and head on over there. So that's all set for you. Anything else you guys had questions about? Anything you wanted to ask or comment on or mention? I think we have a pretty solid top 5. So yeah. Good luck to all the ladies as well. And we will definitely do a wrap up of this one probably on Tuesday next week, depending on when we got pictures and things like that, of course. I will be following along as much as I can. Like I said, I do have a full morning of clients, so if people can keep me updated on what's going on in prejudging, that would be fantastic. My Saturdays are always, if I'm not at a show, I am booked solid with clients at home. So I'm booked solid this Saturday morning. So yeah, keep me updated, guys. Keep me updated. Anything else that you wanted to add before I close out for tonight? Anything else you guys have questions about? I'll leave it open for another minute or so here and let you guys put in your 2 cents. As we're waiting on that, like I said, if you have not booked your competition tan yet, Liquid Sun Rays right here. Scan that QR code. My code for Liquid Sun Rays is Cuties15. It is also in the description box here on this YouTube video, so you can always get to it and tell them that I sent you. And also, if you'd like to sign up for our free newsletter, there you go. There's a QR code for the free newsletter, which again is in the description box below. And if you haven't done it already, I don't know why, but subscribe to our channel. Like, comment, share, turn on notifications so that you know when we go live. We are always going to be going live on Tuesdays, unless I'm traveling or something. Tuesdays, I tend to be home. So we are always going to have a live feed on Tuesday nights. And it'll be one of 2 things. It'll either be a wrap-up from the week before, or it will be a preview of the coming week, just depending on what we got going on that week. So we will always be live on Tuesdays. Thursdays will again depend on shows that we have going. So we'll either do previews or we won't have a Thursday night. If there's no show that weekend, we won't have a Thursday night preview, but we will have Thursday night previews as much as possible. And like when we got big shows like Pittsburgh, I know I'll be in Pittsburgh. So we'll try to do the preview of that probably on Tuesday, right? So we're going to try and do Tuesdays and Thursdays as our days for the week. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Stay tuned to the live stream for Girl Power this weekend and give our ladies some love and shout them out and share them and all that fun stuff too. And with that, I will see you all back here again live next Tuesday. All right. Good night, you guys. We're going to log off of Instagram first.